drug, regardless whether medical or recreational, may find its way into our children's hands. Particularly disturbing. Students already come to school with enough problems, let alone the added influence of drugs, prescriptive or otherwise. According to the American Society of Addiction Medicine, marijuana can have adverse effects on memory and learning, perception, behavior, and functioning. Also, studies show in Colorado that the total number of...
I just want to stop it real there. We're continuing with studies show in Colorado, studies this. Those studies are not cited. It's just the studies show. And also, as we know, marijuana is a Schedule I drug. Therefore, not many studies are able to be done until it becomes legal. So maybe that could be a reason why we're continuing with Colorado. We could talk about Washington and California as well, Oregon. Anywho, I'll let you listen.
Suspensions and expulsions increased when medical marijuana became available and continued its uphill climb once recreational. And that begs the question. One question. What will the increased demands be upon our schools, teachers, support staff, and also our EMS, police, and fire departments? How will the rate of motor vehicle accidents and suicide rates be affected? Studies indicate that roadside sobriety tests for those smoking marijuana have shown that typically 90 minutes after smoking, 94% fail. And 2.5 hours after smoking, 60% fail.
Driving under the influence of any drug, I am not going to dig up the statistics on drunk driving. I think we all probably understand where that statistic lies. Is it a crime to drive under the influence of any drug?
And, sadly, suicide rates have increased immensely. How will medical marijuana affect our environment? As documented in the legalization of marijuana in Colorado, the Impact, Volume 4, September 2016, for every pound of marijuana grown indoors, 4,600 pounds of CO2 gases are released into the atmosphere.
Now we're talking about the environment, how marijuana is affecting the environment. So CO2 gases is linked to global warming, on and on and on. So you can do with that information whatever you want to.
In fact, the current production and distribution of marijuana in America emits as much carbon as 3 million cars can produce. And let's not forget the wonderful smell that is associated with this drug, a skunk-like odor that even the best air purification systems cannot remove completely, as noted by citizens in other states, and dictated as a requirement in Huber Heights' proposed zoning ordinance.
That's correct. It's correct that it's notated in the ordinance because it's notated in House Bill 523. There's a lot of things in House Bill 523 that we'll go over a little later. But those filtration systems, the dehumidifiers, the fans, the separate exits, so they seal this off, all contains that skunk-like scent. That has been, in the past, a problem that people had to overcome. But we're talking 1996 when California legalized marijuana, medical marijuana, until we are now 2017. And as you know, as this business grows, other businesses behind will grow. Technology grows. Everything grows behind that. Okay? So we're at a point now where that is not an issue. Okay? It simply isn't. You know, at least for the corporations, the large businesses that have to maintain these regulations. And to save you all time, instead of me rambling off a statistic, Google it yourself. Get your information. I promise you that one's true.
permitted. That's impossible. Again, since medical marijuana is illegal in the Fed's eyes, any operations here in Huber Heights or any city in Ohio for that matter would be cash-only operations. This bothers us greatly. What assurances do we have that the state will monitor and regulate these types of businesses and work with our city to make sure everything is legal and crime does not become heightened?
Okay, what assurances do you have? According to the document that the Huber Heights City Attorney provided on the website and provided to council, he states in there, Ohio is planning a closed-loop financial system for the purchase and sale of medical marijuana in the state. He also says that the details aren't finalized, but the state is handling that aspect. Is the state going to allow... it's kind of a loaded question. All right, we'll go on.
Even more so with the crossroads of I-70 and I-75, literally within our city limits. Who will benefit economically from this venture? Surely not the city of Huber Heights, who will only be able to collect income taxes from employees, many of which will only be part-time. And the small percentage of profit-sharing incentives will not be sufficient enough to offset the negative cost impacts. The negative impacts include environmental and ecological issues.
All right, I just want to stop it right there real quick. I appreciate the... okay, here's the deal. There's a section in the IRS tax code. It's called Section 280E. That is the section the federal taxes are collected. Yes, it's a Scheduled I drug still. Yes, it's illegal federally. But do you really think the federal government isn't going to get their money? It's legal in Ohio. Do you really think the state of Ohio will not get their money that's owed them, that any other business operating would have to pay? Do you think the city of Huber Heights will not get their money that every other business in Huber Heights has to pay, on top of the property tax, on top of the employee tax? So that is just and you can look it up. It's section, what do I say? Hold on. Section 280E, Internal Revenue Code. And not, okay, so a normal business, say Joe's shop where you go and, I don't know, buy widgets, okay? He's allowed to deduct certain things. Guess what? When you're filing under Section 280E, that marijuana industry, that business, that cultivator that you may have, does not get to deduct the same deductions as Joe's widget shop. Okay? Moving on.
And especially, and this is important, the debilitating stigma that will have a lasting impact both socially and economically, which will cause Huber Heights to suffer profusely and discourage businesses from investing in our city. A city's image and reputation is extremely important to its success and growth. And for existence.
Okay. Here's what I want you to do. I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to Google the top economies in the nation. Just Google it. Top economies in the nation. And I guarantee you will see these states in that list. You'll see Washington. You'll see Colorado in the top of the list. I'm talking top 10. Colorado, Washington, D.C., okay, the District of Columbia. You'll see, well, what you won't see is Ohio because it's not legal yet. And that was a side joke. But what I'm saying is marijuana does not discourage business. And I'm not saying that, okay, Colorado last year made a little over $1 billion. That's with a B. Where have we heard that before? Anyway, $1 billion. Well, last year in marijuana sales. They have recreation marijuana as well, but medical. So they collected, and you can Google this up too, right around $200 million in taxes. So let's say recreation, just say, I don't know, marijuana is a quarter of that. Medical marijuana is a quarter of that. How much millions of dollars is the state of Ohio going to have? And the city of Heber Heights. How much more money is the city of Heber Heights going to have? And prove to me, I would like to know. I mean, I'm all over the Facebook stuff, so you can send me a thing and say, here, Matt, here's proof that these cities are destroyed and these states are destroyed because of marijuana. Well, they're not. I mean, that's just that you can't prove that they are. It doesn't happen. Not legal marijuana businesses.
Existing businesses, Forbes admits that the legalization of marijuana has definitely complicated things for employers. Forbes states the following: drug abusers are more likely to become sick or injured, are less productive, can be more distracting to coworkers, have increased absenteeism, and can be a danger to themselves or others.
Just quick question. Are you abusing your heart medication? Are you abusing your multivitamins? Are you abusing your blood pressure medication? Okay. Now, are you abusing your OxyContin? There may be people out there that could say yes to that. But did your doctor prescribe you with a prescription that said to take more than you're supposed to? Is drug abuse around? Yes. There's no doubt about that. But I don't see how we're going to take more of what we're prescribed and not be in a bad way. Take what you're prescribed, the amount you're prescribed, the time you're supposed to take it every day that your doctor tells you to. If you don't, you will be abusing that drug. There's nothing that's going to stop people from abusing drugs. If you want to be a drug abuser, you will be a drug abuser. There's nothing going to stop you from that. Not prohibition, like this is talked about. Nothing. You're going to be a drug abuser. Drug abusers are not good on society. But people who take the proper amount of prescriptions, or take the prescriptions the way they're supposed to be taken, are not burdens on society. That's my point.
So currently, business owners are experiencing difficulties finding employees who can pass drug tests. And just exactly, how will employees taking medical marijuana pass these drug tests? As you can see, we have many questions and concerns.
Okay, I had to stop it there because, that's also addressed in House Bill 523 about drug tests. Okay, and just going back to the document that the city attorney of Heber Heights sent to council, it's posted online. The law does, and he has in all caps, N-O-T. The law does not change the right of any employer to have a drug-free work policy or prohibit employees from being under the influence of medical marijuana while working. Now, who would want to have an employee come to work drunk? I could pull through the drive-thru, grab me a six-pack, guzzle that bad boy, and go to work. Would I be fired? Well, I certainly hope so. Would I be pulled over and hauled off to jail? I certainly hope so. All these do not go away when you're able to get marijuana as a prescription we'll go through that list here in a minute. We'll just go on with this.
And yet no crystal ball in which to predict the future. All we can do is look to other communities in other states who are already suffering the consequences and are attempting to...
I want you to Google other communities in other states and see what types of